Welcome to SamvaadX News Podcast. Today is Monday, 5th May, and the time as we record this podcast is 9 a.m.
And we are Raj Patel and Priya Shah here.
We're diving straight into, well, quite a packed current affairs landscape today.
Absolutely. We've got national security, economic shifts, legal updates,
state incidents, sports highlights, tech news, business developments, and even a viral story that's quite touching, actually.
Yeah, a lot to cover. Our aim is really to pull out the most crucial bits, the key takeaways from all these areas for you.
Let's kick off with national security then. The aftermath of the Pahalgam terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir. We know the Prime Minister was briefed by military chiefs.
Right, and the briefing focused on the situation, obviously, but also preparedness. What seems significant is the talk around the potential response.
How so?
Well, beyond just military readiness, there's mention of looking at the Indus Waters Treaty again, and even more trade restrictions with Pakistan.
So a broader strategy, perhaps?
Exactly. It suggests they're considering pressure points across different domains, not just security. The defense minister also reiterated India's resolve for a, quote, befitting reply.
And we are seeing reports of increased tension along the lossy Pakistani ceasefire violations.
Yes, widespread reports of that. And Pakistan resorting to unprovoked small arms fire, with the Indian army responding, of course.
Okay, and that links quite directly to our next point, India actually prohibiting imports from Pakistan.
A very direct move, yes. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry announced an immediate ban effective May 3rd on all goods originating in or exported from Pakistan.
That's a major policy shift.
It really is. A significant crackdown, clearly part of the response package following the recent security incidents. It's bound to strain economic ties further.
Definitely signals a hardening stance from New Delhi. Okay, shifting gears a bit within national news. Agriculture. New rice varieties.
Yes, the Union Agriculture Minister announced 2 new genome-edited rice varieties developed right here in India.
Genome-edited, so advanced biotechnology in play.
Precisely. The focus is on better yields, more resilience, think climate change, pests, and potentially better nutritional value, too.
Interesting. And the minister suggested this could be like a second green revolution.
He did. It highlights that push towards scientific innovation in agriculture, aiming to boost farm output and, importantly, farmer incomes.
Right. Now, onto the legal front. The Supreme Court is set to hear petitions today challenging the Waqf Amendment Act, the 2025 one.
Yes, today, May 5th. This is about the constitutional validity. It's quite significant because the government had previously assured the court they wouldn't denotify any Waqf properties or appoint non-Muslims to the boards while this was pending.
And there's opposition.
Well, the DMK, for instance, stated that most stakeholders actually opposed these amendments before the Joint Parliamentary Committee, so yes.
So this hearing could have some major socio-legal implications for how Waqf properties are administered.
Definitely. It's a sensitive issue concerning minority community endowments. The outcome will be closely watched.
Okay. And one last national point. India's role in an IMF meeting about a new loan for Pakistan.
That's right. Paramis Warren Iyer is representing India, casting the vote. Given everything we've just discussed, the tensions, the trade man India's stance here is, well, under a microscope.
It really shows India's active role in these international financial bodies, doesn't it? And the strategic thinking involved.
Absolutely, especially concerning Pakistan's economic situation right now.
Let's broaden out to the international stage. Those India-Pakistan tensions, they're clearly a focus there, too. Pakistan's talking about the Indus Waters Treaty.
Yes, their foreign minister vowed appropriate steps to protect their rights under the treaty. This follows reports of India curtailing water flow in the Chenab, for example.
And the low-sea firing continues.
Reports suggest it's been ongoing maybe the 11th consecutive day of Pakistani ceasefire violations, prompting Indian responses. It's a volatile situation.
And Iran is offering to mediate.
That's the news. Iran's foreign minister is expected to visit both Pakistan and India this week. An interesting diplomatic angle emerging there.
Okay, completely different international story now. Warren Buffett, retiring as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway at 94.
Wow. Yeah, that truly is the end of an era, isn't it? An absolute legend in investing.
Built in rupees, 860 billion empire. Incredible.
And not just the value investing, but the philanthropy, too. It's a massive legacy. Of course, they have succession plans, but still.
It raises questions about the future direction, inevitably. Okay, let's bring it back closer to home. News from the States. A terrible fire in Kanpur.
Yes, a really major fire in a 5-story building in Chamanganj, residential and commercial.
What caused it?
Early reports point towards an electrical short circuit. Firefighting went on through the night.
And the Uttar Pradesh chief minister directed relief efforts.
Standard procedure, yes. Prompt rescue, treatment for injured. Tragically, later reports confirmed 5 deaths, and 3 of those were children.
Awful. Just awful. Moving to Manipur now. Police seized arms there?
Yes. 5 firearms and also camouflage uniforms were recovered in Cycle, Kangpukbi district.
And these were linked to...
Allegedly, they were used during a Separation Day event. This marked the first anniversary of the ethnic violence outbreak. Apparently, there was a gun salute involved.
So tension still simmering, clearly. And efforts to recover looted weapons are ongoing.
It highlights the fragility, yes. De-escalation is still a major challenge there.
And finally, from the States, Mussoorie's Kempty Fall. A dangerous surge in water.
Yeah, some dramatic videos went viral. Heavy rains caused a really sudden, dangerous increase in the water flow.
Inundating surrounding areas.
That's right. It's a stark reminder, especially in mountainous regions, of how quickly streams can become dangerous after heavy rain.
Definitely something for tourists and locals to be aware of. Okay, let's shift to sports. The IPL 2025 is in full swing.
Always exciting. We had PBKS beating LSG by 37 runs in Dharamsala. Prabhsimran Singh hit 91. Arshdeep Singh took 3 wickets. That moved PBKS up to second place.
A good win for them. And KKR versus RR, that sounded like a close one.
Oh, it was a thriller. At Eden Gardens, KKR beat RR by just 1 run. Despite a historic effort from Ryan Parag for RR, KKR moves to 6th now.
1 run. Wow. And you mentioned Ryan Parag's historic effort. What was that?
Get this. He became the first player ever to hit 6 consecutive sixes in an IPL innings. 6 sixes in a row.
No way. That's incredible batting.
Absolutely phenomenal. He scored 95 off just 34 balls, but unfortunately for him and RR, they still fell short by that single run. He apparently took responsibility for the loss afterwards.
Still, what an innings. And speaking of impressive performances, the Prime Minister hailed a young IPL player.
Yes, Vaibhav Suryavanshi. He's only 14 years old. PM Modi praised him for becoming the youngest ever IPL centurion.
Youngest centurion at 14.
Yeah, a 35-ball 100 for RR against GT. Yeah. The PM highlighted his hard work as an inspiration, and Sourav Ganguly also met him recently, apparently.
Amazing young talent coming through. And in women's cricket, a big result for Sri Lanka.
A really significant one. The Sri Lankan women's team beat India in an ODI in Colombo.
Is that unusual?
It's their first ODI win against India in 7 years since 2018. They chased down India's their second highest successful run chase ever in women's ODIs. Big boost for them.
Great result for Sri Lankan cricket. Okay, let's look at tech news now. Infosys made an acquisition.
That's right. They've completed the acquisition of an Australian cybersecurity firm called The Missing Link.
Cybersecurity, a hot area, so this boosts their capabilities.
Exactly. Specifically in the Australia-New Zealand region. They plan to integrate the Missing Link's expertise with their own Infosys Cobalt cloud platform to offer, enhanced security services. A strategic move.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And Apple. Big news regarding manufacturing in India.
Huge potential news, yes. Projections suggest Apple could manufacture nearly $40 billion worth of iPhones in India by the fiscal year 2026.
$40 billion worth, wow.
It signifies a massive ramp-up, a real boost for India's electronics manufacturing, likely driven by the PLI scheme.
The Production-Linked Incentive Scheme, right?
Yes. Apple, through its contract manufacturers, is clearly scaling up assembly here, diversifying its supply chain away from, other places.
And that would really establish India as a major global hub for iPhone production.
And boost exports significantly, too. It's a big deal if those projections hold true.
Okay, turning to business. A major Supreme Court decision involving JSW Steel and Bhushan Power.
Yes, the SEC actually scrapped JSW Steel's resolution plan for Bhushan Power and Steel Limited, BPSL, and instead ordered its liquidation.
Scrap the plan. That seems unusual.
It is quite significant. Usually the focus under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, IBC, is resolution, not liquidation, especially after a plan was approved. It's seen as a potential setback for the IBC process itself.
Is that the end of it?
Well, reports say JSW Steel is planning to file a review petition, but it could definitely make lenders and bidders more cautious in future insolvency cases. And maybe top steelmakers might rebid now during liquidation.
Interesting implications. On a brighter business note, India's exports hit a record high.
They did. For the fiscal year 2024-25, total exports, that's merchandise and services combined, reached a record rupees 824.9 billion.
That's impressive growth.
Yes, up 6.01% from the previous year. It shows real resilience in India's export sector, even with global economic challenges. Good for the trade balance, good for growth overall.
Definitely positive news. Slightly less positive for some users. Swiggy Genie service suspended.
Yeah, the pickup and drop service Genie has been temporarily suspended in major cities. Mumbai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad.
Any reason given?
Nothing official from Swiggy. So there's speculation it could be operational issues, maybe workforce availability, or perhaps they're just refocusing their strategy. No date given for its return yet.
Users will be hoping it's back soon. Okay, finally, let's end on that viral news story. The groom in Madhya Pradesh.
Ah, yes, the heartwarming one. A video went viral showing a groom carrying his unwell bride for the Satfir, the 7 sacred rounds, inside a hospital ward.
In the hospital.
Apparently, she was admitted to the OPD just before the wedding was supposed to happen. So he completed the rituals right there, carrying her with family around.
That's incredibly touching. What a gesture.
It really is. Amidst all the other news, it's a powerful display of love and commitment, Really resonated with people.
A lovely story to end on.
Indeed.
See you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to SamvaadX News podcast channel and hit that bell icon.